The most dangerous rescues on Nightwatch.
Oh, engine driver and a plug. Go ahead and charge that line. Line is charged.
Hold on.
Hold on. Let's go, man. Let's go. Stack up. Go to the floor.
As an emergency medical services personnel, you never know where your next call will take you. Today, the New Orleans team was responding to a French Quarter shooting. Little did they know that this was going to be more than the usual cases of overindulgence and minor mishaps. They were met with a spectacle of mayhem and madness, so brace yourself for some of the most dangerous rescues on Nightwatch.
You're responding to the 100 block of Bourbon Street for a drunk male that's down and out.
Everybody's drunk down there. Everyone. Yeah, like everybody.
We would never leave that, just even one block of Bourbon Street if we had to bring every drunk person to the hospital.
Hold on. 3251. Gunshots in the area. Stampede on Bourbon.
Both ladies made jokes about the intoxicated person report they received from an area notorious for heavy drinkers and the shenanigans that followed. But as soon as they stepped out of the van, their jokes faded into chilling silence. This once lively neighborhood with nothing but party ravers suddenly felt like the Middle East in the heat of a Taliban crossfire. Being the first responders on site, the urgency of the situation hits hard, prompting them to call the police in a desperate move to contain the chaos. But boy, did things veer off course.
We're gonna just hold off a second, see if we're needed.
I must have heard about 10 shots.
There's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 people down.
As reinforcements flooded the scene, what was once a chaotic situation escalated into a full-blown bloodbath, with innocent civilians bearing the brunt of senseless violence. Despite the influx of EMS officials, reports of gunshot wounds continued to pour in, painting a grim picture of the night's events. Meanwhile, the local police department found themselves at a loss, no closer to unraveling the mystery behind the shootings. Meanwhile, the EMS guys had one heck of a job on their hands: save as many lives as possible.
All right, officer, who's shot? One.
So far, I've got.
Hey, sir, have you been shot? Where?
They immediately spot bodies littered everywhere, like leaves in autumn, each one needing immediate medical care. But their mission was far from simple, as they had to pick up the wounded victims from this maze of carnage without becoming unwitting targets themselves.
I'm gonna start taking all this off you to see if you're shot anywhere else, and then we're gonna get some vital signs, okay? You can feel this? All right.
With adrenaline-fueled precision, they expertly administered life-saving treatments to the victims with little care for their own safety. Talk about service and dedication. But as the number of casualties mounted, so too did the strain on their resources. Stretchers and vans were in short supply, the demand for transportation to the hospital quickly outpacing their available means.
I'm thinking we throw him on the bench seat. I'll take care of him if you want to go help Chase.
Happy you need me or no?
Luckily, the EMS teams were resourceful enough to get all the victims to the hospital in time, ultimately saving their lives. In the same positive light, the perpetrators of such dastardly acts were positively ID'd by the police following the release of surveillance footage and were brought to justice. Amidst the chaos and mayhem, one thing remained abundantly clear. The true heroes of the night were the EMS personnel who kept their cool in the face of danger and selflessly saved the lives of those affected. Next up, the SWAT team got a call for the ultimate showdown, a face-off more intense than your regular cop drama. Picture this, an officer serving up an arrest warrant, only to be met with a hail of bullets from the suspect. This is one police suspect showdown that will have you on the edge of your seat, so brace yourself as we dive into the pulsating drama.
They're working on 108 in 6th District. 108. It's a terrible feeling to hit at 108. Because you know that officer's life is in danger, is in immediate danger. Either he could lose his life or someone else could lose their life. Narcotics officers were serving a warrant in the 6th District. Upon serving the warrant, shots were fired. You know, the officers backed out and gathered a perimeter. Going in which house? The house is door open right there.
Talk about adding fuel to the fire. If only the suspect knew that the SWAT team was still nursing the wounds of losing one of their own, he wouldn't have messed with the officer. Big mistake. Huge mistake. With tensions going through the roof, it's safe to say that this guy has stirred up the hornet's nest.
2 people did surrender, so at that point, they wanted the assistance from SWAT to finish executing the warrant to make sure no one else was inside the residence.
Apparently, the shooter had surrendered, along with a female companion, before the SWAT team got a chance to flex their muscles.
This is an incredibly
And the best
dangerous
part,
situation.
no one was hurt in the shootout. With the suspect now in custody, what was left was for the team to ensure that the house was clear and safe for the narcotics team to complete their search.
Vic 1, Payson 2, Jahan 3, Allie 4, Reed at the door, Billy 5. We're going hot.
Once they gave the all clear, it was time for the narcotics team to step in and do their thing. Because when it comes to tackling crime, teamwork makes the dream work. And with this dynamic duo on the case, you can bet the bad guys won't stand a chance.
Last release from K9. Brenda Nine release the dog, he will fight
Hold on. When we cleared the house, we were able to get 100%. No one else was inside the residence. No one else was hiding.
I knew there was nobody in there because when he went in and he came back, but that was, we was able to go to that next room.
Once again, it's good to see they didn't have to fire bullets to close out the warrant. The fire department got a call about a mysterious razzing of a residential building in the middle of the night. Being the selfless heroes they are, the firefighters dart into their trucks with sirens blaring to save the day. But this was one grossly underestimated fire that would put their skills and bravery to the ultimate test.
We are dispatched on the first alarm of a 2-alarm fire in a massive blaze in the Bywater neighborhood.
Right over there. Yep, there it goes.
Engine driver to plug, go ahead.
On arrival, they saw this monstrous fire that had engulfed most parts of the building, its fiery jaws hungrily licking at the sky. Now they must find out if anyone is in the house. If so, they had to figure out how to save them before finally putting out the fire and preventing it from spreading to neighboring buildings.
29 in command, we did a primary search and no one's in the building.
With the primary objective of ensuring no one was left behind in the fiery chaos achieved, our valiant firefighters shifted gears to phase 2, preventing the blaze from spreading like wildfire to neighboring buildings. Now comes the hardest part, fighting the heart of the fire head on, a task that will put them through the proverbial fire test.
Put ass in there and let's put it out. You can't get to it. Bring that out. Hey, you ought to not go any further forward. It's hot as in here, dude. Yeah, it's hot as back out, back out. 16's right here, Chief.
Realizing that this was more than what they could handle on their own, they immediately called for backup to handle the mission of going into the building, which didn't have much structural integrity left. A wrong move and the building could collapse on them. In a triumph of bravery and unwavering dedication to humanity, our fearless firefighters emerged victorious once more, defying the odds and extinguishing the raging inferno without a single life lost. The fire that started from the garage because someone left something on had spread through the building like COVID. It is great to see that no one got hurt, despite the immense structural damage. Moving on, we've got an emergency case of a woman and another person involved in an accident. The EMS team was called to the scene after the police had secured the perimeter, but it wasn't the EMS team's heroics that made the limelight this time. It's something that happened afterwards.
We got 2 patients here.
Okay. You were driving, babe? Yeah. Okay. You didn't lose consciousness, huh? You been awake all the while? Yeah. Any trouble breathing? Where you got pain at? Where it's at, right here? Yeah. Might have a clavicle fracture. Could have significant hidden injuries. Take a look in your ear right there. See what's going on in your ear.
It's breathing like hell.
The older lady who drove the car was badly affected, injuring her collarbone and hurting her ear from the deployed airbag. As they placed her on the stretcher and took her into the ambulance, they experienced the biggest shocks of their careers.
Goodness. Oh, my ear.
Okay. Yeah, yep.
You ain't supposed to be going nowhere. But you weren't supposed to be going.
All right, hey, look, try not to get our blood pressure up, okay?
Man, don't tell me nothing about my mother man.
Get out.
I don't have to go nowhere.
Get out of the truck. Get out of the truck. Get out.
The patient's son went full Rambo on the EMS personnel as they told him to leave the van because he could potentially increase the patient's blood pressure. We get that he was angry that his mother went out and got herself involved in an accident, but assaulting an officer was definitely a bad idea. With the police notified about the situation, you bet it's about to go downhill from here.
Get off of him.
Breaking those.
All right, PD's here, and I want that man booked for assault on the EMT.
Man, he put his hand on me first. My mom and everybody.
I asked you to step out the unit. You failed to do so.
Looks like we've got a real stubborn one on our hands, right? Despite the police showing up to rein him in, the guy can't seem to take a hint. Talk about a one-way ticket to Troubletown. Now he has to follow the police deputy to the station. Maybe they'd cool off over a couple of cold ones, or whatever they do at the police station. Let's not forget that we still have some critically wounded patients to get back to.
We get back in the truck, and I was feeling a lot of pain in my shoulder, and my left hand was numb at the time. We were kind of tussling a little bit. He swings me around, and there's a parked truck there, and I hit the truck with my shoulder, and as soon as I hit it, I felt the pain. I knew it was immediate pain. It just hurts like a son.
Maybe just got a little nerve issue going on. You got any tingling in your hand?
A little bit.
Okay.
His shoulder didn't appear to be dislocated. Doesn't mean it couldn't have been fractured.
Whoa, it turns out that our Rambo wannabe had injured one of the EMS. Poor Ted ended up with a shoulder injury after being shoved against a truck. It's like something straight out of a bad action movie, only this time the consequences are all too real. Seriously, how savage can you get? Attacking the very people who put their lives on the line to save others, especially those who were giving medical care to your own mother after such a serious accident? It beats me, really. But Ted didn't let things slide as he pressed charges, and our guy was later picked up by SWAT and charged with aggravated battery. In our next pick, the EMS got a call from a neighborhood that sends chills down the bravest spines, a place known for its high cases of violence and drama. Regardless, the team set out and was about to face one of the most daring yet.
Earlier in the shift, Dan and I got a shooting at that same apartment complex.
Keep your head on the swivel.
We do go on these dangerous scenes and the projects in New Orleans.
I'm gonna go in there like a soldier. Summertime in New Orleans.
Turns out earlier that day, they'd picked up a gunshot victim from the same apartment complex who'd been shot a whopping 14 times. No doubt it's like a war zone in those blocks. But will our EMS heroes be able to carry out their mission in such an unsafe area unscathed?
What hurts worse right now?
Back in the leg.
Back in the leg type.
Did you see this one down here? You wrapped that?
Gotta get him up, Shadar.
Looks like he has one to his back and his leg. Those are injuries that can ultimately become more detrimental as time passes.
All right, I'm gonna set you up. Oh, look, he has a under his armpit.
It's
also.
a through. It looked like it was a through and through.
Dude, this is some oxygen. Just breathe.
Just check his pressure and let's go.
Armed with a protective vest and courage, they find the victim where his family had positioned him by the road, ensuring easy access for the ambulance. You see, the police had arrived beforehand to secure the area, so the pickup was pretty straightforward. But it's time to find some answers. Could this have been a reprisal attack? Or did the victim just happen to find himself in the wrong place at the wrong time?
You know anything about that shooting that happened earlier? If you want to tell me, make sure you tell the police, you hear?
That's because you're shot in it. Did you see who shot you? Did you hear the gun?
The poor guy had been seriously injured, and he maintained that he didn't know the shooters or the other person who was transported to the hospital earlier. Perhaps he was just an unfortunate victim of an area reeking of violence. In the wake of such harrowing experiences, it's crucial that we come together as a community to work towards making our streets safer for everyone. This incident serves as a stark reminder that each of us has a role in fostering peace and security in our neighborhoods. On the bright side, it's good to see that our EMS officers could laugh off the whole near-death experience as they headed home.
I didn't even see the leg. Did you unwrap it?
I could have dropped this pin down in the hole in his leg.
For real. I don't know if you noticed, though, I kind of angled up behind you because I know you had the vest on.
Indeed, the world could certainly use more brave and selfless individuals like them who risk their lives day in and day out to ensure the safety and well-being of others. There you have it, folks. That's our pick for the week. Be sure to share your comments on your most heart-thumping moment in the video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.